Alright, what's up YouTube? This is Realization here. We're gonna go react to the first two episodes of the anime adaptation of Komi San wa Comyushou Comyushou desu, also known as just Komi can't communicate. And I've already seen a lot of the clips. Some clips, some screenshots here and there. I've seen the opening already. I'm sure this is a very well animated series, a visually well directed series all. Although I do not know, I cannot say if the story quality itself will hold up. Like, I'm pretty sure it will hold up like Kaguya-sama, in terms of the visual directing and the voice acting and such. Now, yes, and I finally this is the finally starting it. Like, I'm just gonna let you know, guys, these probably won't be regularly scheduled. Like, I'll just watch them whenever I just find the time to, or when I'm just feeling like it. And they're not gonna be regularly scheduled. I want to plan to try to keep them on. Also, if I feel like it, I may just watch at my own time. After this main reaction, I might react to the new Lupin episode that just dropped today as a bonus. But I don't really know if I'm gonna jump onto that anytime. If I'm readily gonna jump onto that, because no one else really seems to be doing reactions to it. Not that I know of. I know Song-woo was saying he was planning on doing a Lupin reactions, but I have not seen him release any. Even though I was into a stream he was talking about, but I haven't seen anything from him in terms of Lupin. But yeah, this show, I read the manga, obviously, and I don't know how to really feel about it, to be honest, because it's part fun, but yet part, I don't know, it just lulls me. Like, I remember when I was first reading the manga, I was not holding it to high regards. I was literally having it a really low score, and now it's just kind of like, it's just kind of there for me. So however I'm gonna feel about the anime, how the anime does things, don't hold it against me. I know it's gonna be well directed, but for me right now, I want to know if the comedy will click in anime form or not. Because I've heard mixed stuff here and there about it. Because I feel like it's the visual directions up there with Kaguya-sama, but I do not know about the comedy quality. But that's subjective. Some people might like this more than Kaguya-sama, which is understandable. So the thing here's about Netflix, right? A little ramble about Netflix. So apparently Netflix has done subs, but they don't do the most important subs, the ones that are written. They apparently don't translate the written Japanese on the episodes, from what I saw in the screenshots, as opposed to the fan subs, which I'm pretty sure I got. If it doesn't turn out that way, I'm just gonna be fucking mad. Lupin the Third Part 6 is gonna be 25 to 26 episodes. Yeah, I heard about it. It's gonna be that long. It's gonna be that long. That's gonna be I think that's a pretty good length, honestly. It's like the usual. It's like the previous two entries, and I don't see it and thankfully it's not anything particularly long or particularly short. It's just right in my honest opinion. And I have no other complaints on that regard. So yeah, I might do a reaction to it right after this, but that only depends on if I'm really feeling like it. But yeah. Uh, so yeah, Netflix is just being an ass, and that's why it took so long, and that's why these are not going to be regular. It's not like, oh, it's going to be every Saturday. It's going to be like whenever there is, and when I'm feeling like it. And then maybe just episodes in a bunch, like more than like not just one episode per stream. Just more like maybe 2 to 3 per stream, for the most part. But anyway, so Komi San, let's get to episode 1. I usually don't do later reactions later in the day. Although I feel like maybe it would work out later in the day. I do not know. Like my algorithms just suck right now. I'm just been like I've been in a hole. But I need to get some shit started. For better or worse. But I mean, it's fine. I mean, people have other things to do besides YouTube's, and like it's not like I'm doing this as a job. But it may seem like I am, but but then like, and yeah, it comes to resources and all. I'm just not lucky enough to have any of those. Anyways, enough of my personal ramblings. Let's get started. And again, like if I either whether I like it or dislike it, please don't hold it against me, because it is what it is. It is what it is. So I got this Neuro C. I hope it's a fan sub. So yeah, let's get to it. Episode 1 in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Oh yeah, studio is OLM. OLM is actually an underrated studio. They can often have wow, that's a great visual. Yeah, they often have some very well animated shows. I mean, even if the story turns out ass, because they're literally the same. They're literally the same studio that was responsible for Pokemon. Looks like I know where all the production quality for Pokemon went. This one. Huh. Okay, that's just a weird sound design. And I'm not so sure. This may be a nitpick on my part, but I don't think a cat running away makes that sort of sound. Oh well. Hito. We know. If these aren't good subs, I'll try to find better ones later. Yeah, I got the bad subs. I got the bad subs. Damn it. Don't worry, I saw what it meant. I saw what it meant. I saw the screenshot of what it was. You sound weirdly excited. Okay, so it's not like they forgot everything. It's just more like, oh, what is this? What is this shit? JoJo Bizarre Adventure looking ass. Just literally have that. Like, the same thing. Yeah. Come to think of it, Kaguya-sama has a bit of JoJo in it. So yeah, it would make sense that this one has it too. Beautiful but silent. Right next to him. Yeah. Yeah. Nice smell. Madonna. Fucking Madonna. Looking at. Dude, blame the teacher. What? What it? Why is it? Why does it look like those? You know, when they shade when they shade off the identity. You know how like the thief would have like this sort of look before they get revealed in Detective Conan. Yeah, that's what it looks like. This is not a interview. Awkward. Yeah. Komi Shoko. Stupid ass. That's not an interview. That's not an interview. I'd be like, get me the fuck out of here. And he didn't do anything. All he did was just sit next to a very popular. Well, it's artistic like this, like the fucking animation. Was that necessary? No, fucking Naruto looking ass. Oh yeah, I heard it says moon. She's trying to say something. What's the formulas are? She's trying to ask or something. She's trying to say something, but she's just like, she looks so fucking intimidating. She's literally like Ryujin. She's kind of like Ryujin in from Torodora. He's trying to say some shit, but he looks intimidating, and just like people get just scared. Just get like, man, the smoke. They just leaves. Oh, man, why do you go? Because that's her voice. Yeah, that's Kage's voice for sure. You hear that? That Baby's cat? She just knocked over the fucking other fucking tables. Well, he understands now. Well, that was just guessing. but no one else apparently cares. Only he was aware of it. He can't. R, RPG, man. Yeah. Also, there was no need. Also, there was no need to see some of the chalk dust falling off, but they animated it anyway. Hey, dude's trying to flee. He could not escape. Why'd you need to put the? Why do you need to put those boxes in the boxes in there? I haven't eaten my bento yet. Yeah, you figured it out. Well, he isn't like all caught up in like the other people, so he was able to notice. I wouldn't say he hated anything. It was him being hated for being able to sit next to her. Not like he was asking to. Really hard for me during lunchtime. I always had to eat lunch alone. While chatting. Hmm. He wasn't able to speak out. Okay, what should I do? Coach, how do I do? What should I do if I cannot laugh? Should I? Okay, so it's only well, I don't know if it's bad subs or it's only showing, or it's only being able to show what we can see, the written stuff we could see. I get the gist. But you can get the gist of what's happening. The subs are just awful though. The fuck is that noise? That was like a fucking kitty cat. Well, she did have ears. She did just grow out ears not too long ago. Okay. Well, TV I watched yesterday, not even about today's weather. Can't talk about fun things. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, about that. I have to apologize. Fine if you forget what you saw here. Okay, that was a cool part where they show where how she was erasing it. We're seeing it as if it was like glass, like around the underside. It's following suit. That's nice. I like how he's like, he can't speak himself, but he wants to communicate the way she's doing it. Gonna run out of chocolate at some point though. Ask fucking ask someone to just ask ask Machi to bring up a bunch of a box full of new chalk. Hope none of them breaks. It's really this is some really good music. Like we don't need to worry about anything from the production value side of things. At least not yet. I mean, you would only worry about that for a second season. Damn, they covered the whole chalkboard. Okay, yeah, this is where I'm annoyed. They have this one can't cover all of them either. It's trying though. It's not like it's not like please don't laugh. It's not like it's not trying to do so. It's like there's so much shit. And also I probably got the version where they didn't have time to translate all of them. Or fan sub all of them. Red. They just literally had a whole conversation on a chalkboard. And she's out. Normal or abnormal? Make up your mind, man. Right now, it just turned from slightly not normal to abnormal. Because you're talking to someone with an abnormal case of being unable to speak. Social disposition, bad communication. Sorry, guys. Oh, okay. So that's where the can't communicate. They got their shit. They got that trend. They got the whole, international title wrong. Oh, this is the ending? Is Eve singing this? Okay, no, this is the opening. I think I'm pretty sure. Never mind. I keep messing my shit up, man. I disagree, but okay. She tried to make these buggy ass eyes, just like just. Go. Hello. Good morning. It's raining. If I remember her backstory regarding as to why she can't speak like that is kind of depressing, if I remember correctly. When it got to that part, she rose up. Here, my friend. Uh oh. What the fuck? And this is the shit that gets really like, obnoxiously silly. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this school? What the fuck? What the fuck is this school? Is this fucking Meta, Metaga box or some shit? Where they literally just have all these weird ass fucking individuals pop out of nowhere with these random ass quirks. Fucking blowing up the damn school like every other fucking session. just just the imagery of that shit. Just like what the fuck. I mean, at least he tries, but oh, we're there in a fuck. I not. It didn't feel like a bunch of it didn't feel like a school with a bunch of idiots. At least not like how the manga depicted it. But you know what the anime is gonna do with that sort of shit with the right resources. Oh yeah, yeah, Baka test, summon the beasts. That fucking shit. Oh my god, I hated that show. I hated that. I'm sorry, I hated that show. I can see where where the silliness appeals, but it just rubbed me the wrong way. But yeah, that's the sort of vibes too. But there's also the JoJo sort of thing. Like, if I recall, like I saw a screenshot, and Kobe would have this fucking JoJo looking ass expression on it. I wonder if this is gonna show up in next episode we're gonna look at. Oh, bonus content. Oh, such a Jujutsu trolls. Oh dear. Considering the criteria. Are you serious? Oh my god. You just let him pass off like that? The end. She just like okay. No, now I see. Now I remember where this bullshit was starting off in the manga. Oh my god. They just pass it off like no. We understand. We understand what you mean. We're gonna give you this A. Yeah, man. This is why I'm so mixed on this show. Like, cause I get that I'm trying to hate on it, but just like, yeah, I can't. There are times where I'm just like, come on, really? There's like a lot of times when I was reading it, and I'm pretty sure that's how I'm gonna feel when I read the anime. But the anime will stand out to be its own thing, definitely, because the anime can elevate the source material in a way. So, again, like whether or not I like it or dislike it, don't hold it against me. So let's get started to episode 2. Let's go. So I'm not really know if I'm feeling like doing Lupin. I guess I'll just watch it in my own time, I guess. Or like, let me see how I feel about this one. How I feel after this. Like if I'm really up for it, because I do want to at least get a Lupin reaction in, regardless of how many people watch them or not. But yeah, you guys ready already? Like let's get this started. I'm glad that the subs are at least trying here, unlike the Netflix subs. But I feel like I got the version where they just didn't have enough. They just didn't have enough time to do so. They were just trying to get the subs out faster. The first episode was definitely entertaining as hell, but I mean it's a first episode. But let's get on to things, and hopefully those who kind of missed this reaction, not aware that I'll be not doing these regularly. Do check the play. Of course, do check the playback whenever possible. Yeah, let's get to episode 2. 3, 2, 1, let's jam. Starting with this shit again. Trainer. Everything gotta look so good. Social skills are lacking. Desire for connection to others. Okay, yeah, so that okay. So that was the ending there, so this is the opening. I don't know, they were like both so well animated that it got a bit confusing. Okay, no. This is the opening. This is the opening. Okay. Both of those are the opening. I'm getting so confused. Fucking. Because it's like. Cause there's the reverse psychology of me, like, oh, it's so well animated, and you don't notice the differences, and I'm like, is that the opening, ending? No, never mind. But then I have to remember that they usually animate the hell out of the opening. Oh, the opening is definitely one of the best from this season, not by far. I'm speaking for the end, for the opening, just the opening though. That shit is well animated. Also, like, I do apologize. I need to get better subs because this still isn't good. Some of them are just kind of going off screen. but I just remember he has bad social skills himself. What's with this girl with the random ass guild knight armor? Appears to be the leader of the stylish girls. Okay, bitch, we get it. Komi is fine. Komi herself and this man is well, I don't know about him. He's indifferent for me. Everyone else is kind of just ass. Except for that one girl. We'll still show her later on. I hate those sort of people. Like, they could just fuck off. Just smoke. We're gonna end. Why is she? Wait. Why does she look like? Why does she look like the design from the fucking those visual novels, from Mulov Alternative? Literally the whole ass, the spiky hairs. Why did all those go to? Why did all the designs go to her? And the Mulov anime and the Mulov actual anime just gets these generic ass designs. I'll share. I'll share some photos of the visual novel designs of that series. What's wrong with that? Ah. And to see the life. Uh, well, we'll get to that. We'll get to this later. About Najimi when it comes down to it. Incredibly amazed as she puts on a deadpan expression. I wish I could have that memory. Too bad I wasn't born with such a cute memory though. Okay, don't. Okay, first of all, don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, this will be good. This will turn out fun. Good luck. You motherfucker. Just try to communicate. This isn't a construction site. Not rip. Oh, nice cameo. Petrified by shock. Oh, I hope Ryder wasn't here. I hope. In the whole country. In the whole country, not the whole world. Well, if it well, she can't talk. She can barely talk. So I mean, and she's able to communicate by talk, by having people talk with her. If she can't, if someone can't talk back, if someone's like literally unable to talk back, she was like that back then. You're gonna get to that later, hopefully. Oh, you're bedridden. How do you get bedridden by that? How that has to be. I understand just getting jogged and all that, but just getting bedridden for a day or two. No, she can't. She's just getting acquaint. They're just acquaintances that she doesn't really talk to anyway, so you can't call them friends. I wouldn't say it's romance yet, of course, but it's more like a concern, a concern and a hint to help. What? G still. Are you serious? His childhood friends bringing up the dark past. Oh, nice little card there. She's not an assassin. What is this? What is this shit? Assassin's Creed? What are they doing? This is getting. This is not working out. Too nervous. God, she can't. She is so hard to get into because she literally just can't break down her own barrier, and they're just like giving up. Wait, it's always these sorts of fucking delinquent motherfuckers, delinquent looking ass guys, but they're not really tough as they look. Nope. Huh? Yeah. Is he a girl? Okay, don't do that. just, just literally just like it's just like some sort of aura. Don't die. She said something else. What? Oh, this is the one. That's his imagination. You dropped this key she was meant to say. She wasn't really trying to stand up. It was just more like, "Oh, you dropped this," and trying to say it, and she looks intimidating, and then just friend number two, Geto. I'm pretty sure she's gonna at least say, "What? You're saying it like she's your daughter. She's your daughter. What the fuck?" For some Nijimi, this is natural. For her, this isn't. They are just freaking each other out, and just 98 friends to go. Okay, okay, you guys chill. crushed by the information. And 99 more to go. 5 million? You made friends with an entire country of people. What? Black. It's a test. Why does it have to be a fat? Why does it have to be fat free? Get fucking whole. Just get the fucking whole milk. Unless if there's literally the only thing. Unless the fat free is literally the only thing there. Tour to the lunch appointments. What kind of? Beware of suspicious. What are you doing, dude? Just follow normally. Oh, that's a Stan makes coffee. That's literally Starbucks coffee parody. I am done, man. At least have the balls to show Starbucks. This is literally Starbucks. Look at you see this. Oh, she leaves again. Come on, man. There's a ball man's up. Like what Tensura did. Did it with the Dragon Ball Street Fighter shit. I'm sorry, I don't speak. I don't understand hand language. It's not there. It's right there. What? What? A whole? We're gonna flesh out this guy in like a matter of like within like a few 10 minutes, 10 seconds. What's with this? She knows it's wrong. She wants to say it. What was she gonna think? What if she, and before she's allergic to it? She's gonna feel bad. Just say okay, it's okay, it's fine, it's fine. They apologize. They feel so bad. Only continued to bow his head. Pout. Okay, so this is the ending. Oh yeah, I did see the ending a while back. Like not too long ago. It's just that it was like in a little video. But like I only saw it once before. I swear, every anime, like I don't know if there's any like sort of westernized shows that are doing this sort of meme. Like it's only anime. So far, I've only seen it in anime. I don't know if there's any other example in Western fiction that are doing this reference. But yeah, the ending looks good. Hmm. I would normally do it. So how do I feel about the? So how do I actually feel about this series? The anime as a whole. I don't know. It has some fun moments, I will say that. And then like, but then I have to remember like how far it is with the manga wise, and then like, how was I feeling at the time, and then now, and then like I just have to wonder, where do I go? Is it, do I give it a pass? Do I put my foot down on this? Because they're good moments. It has good moments, but it also has a share of just ridiculously dumb ones. So it's I'm mixed because I know I'm gonna get a lot of entertainment out of it, but I don't know how much in terms of just the quality sakes, like writing wise, like how are we gonna go about with this. It doesn't have there because there are some jokes that are just like they just kind of roll off a little too rich. There's some characters that get annoying. There's some stuff, Kaguya-sama has no annoying characters to me personally. But well, there's maybe one, but it's just like they did him in a way just like, okay, I understand that. Yeah. I don't know if I'm not so sure. I probably just leave this scoreless for late, till I can till maybe like a few more episodes, for now at least. But yeah, this show is it's very enjoyable. At least it's very enjoyable. I just do not know how to feel about when it comes down to, okay, let's get the nitty gritty and they figure out what's the good stuff and the bad stuff, and weigh them out and decide on where to go from there. Because I can't say it's the anime of the year. I will say it's better than Osama ranking. Like I don't get the hype with that. I don't get the hype. Like at least it's better than the other show that people are just raving about, and I'm not reacting to for obvious reasons. Even though it is by Wit, and I can get the passion they were putting into it, considering that they need it right now because Wit's kind of at a wit's end, literally, because they're missing that big ass revenue they used to get when they were doing Attack on Titan. So like I will give them that, but I will respect that, in terms of the effort they're putting in. But I can't like the show Osama Rankin itself. I don't want to. For those who do somehow like it, good for you. But it's not for. But it's obviously, it's watchable. But it's a kind of show that I'm not sure how I feel about it. Osama Ranking episode to me was interesting. Episode 2 flopped in my opinion. If we're still talking about Osama rankings and about the flopping, I need to talk about episode 2 of that one. I know it's kind of off topic, but episode 2, what they did wrong, or what I feel like they are doing wrong, what they just did wrong right off the bat, is they try to get us too emotionally attached to the characters this early in the game. They smacked the backstory of the Kage dude you know, where it's not even that it's a kind of a messed up story. It's a messed up backstory about his clan and such. I don't know why they look like that. Apparently, guys like him, a race like him, is normalized in that world. They try to make us emphasize with them too quickly, where they could have allowed maybe more, like maybe like around, give or take, you know, like 5, 6, 7 episodes at least, and you know, give us a, you know, then you could just drop us a backstory about him after we got an acquaintance for him for a while, and then we can and then it would be a little bit more effective. They could have done that, but they didn't. Like that they did too. And I know we're probably in the minority for this, but that's how you do things. This is what Kangi Shoujo did too. You do not do this. You don't ever try to do this for a character that you want to have in the longer run of the series, that you want to stay for a long term in the series. You don't just drop something like that this early in the game. You don't do that. Like, the only time you do that is if Taco P, it's okay, it's clumsy, but it's because how the first episode started. The first episode started off in the middle of nowhere. So what they basically did was just backtrack us to how everything started, which is okay. That didn't count to me as, oh, let's just drop backstory because that's just more like, okay, let's rewind to where they are and we'll get to that later. But that one, like the beginning of the story, like it was already at a starting point, at a clear starting point with the Boiji and Kage, and then like. And then in the middle you just kind of cut to that. Yeah, they got his entire backstory in no, not even one episode, half an episode. That's the worst part. And I'm just like, okay, it's kind of fucked up, but what, am I supposed to care about it? Like, if you want me to care about this dude, please do it in a more do it in a more courteous way. Don't just try to use this charm and all to try to draw us in. And you know how Boji gets knocked the fuck up because like he's told to not try to hit anymore. It was a fucked up moment with the brother and all. Like I already hate most of the characters in Osama, right? It's like Komi San has a mixed bag and all, but at least they try to be funny. At least they try to be comedic. It has its good moments that I feel like are worth what they are, even if they are a mixed bag. But with Osama rankings, like it doesn't. It has something to it where I do not know if I want to. If I don't know if I should be feeling for this. I think the point of the Osama ranking is going to be the dynamic between Komi and Boji and Kage, which I'm not really feeling at all. And then like they try to get us in the feels with this like, and you know how Boji is somehow just, I don't like how they're using him too. The Koji guy, the Koji little main character is deaf. It's that it's the character, like I don't know what it is with being deaf and why I don't like how they're using that to make him like a social outcast. I don't like how they use deaf people, like deaf individuals like that. In Silent Voice it works because in Silent Voice it works because it's not trying to it's not like they're trying to make things so overly stupid or complicated. It actually feels believable. Like it's clear that, you know, and it's made more clear that Shoko was not, and from Silent Voice wasn't totally deaf. She can hear. That's why she could try to say some stuff, but she, for the most part, she can't really hear, so she needs hearing aids. And then, you know, the rest is, you know, is pretty much said and done. But the art for both this and Osama Rankings is really good. Osama Rankings' art style is kind of is a little bit of a throwback. It's personally a throwback. It feels like something you see from a 1980s, 1990s kid show, in my opinion. It just kind of has that sort of vibes. It has this childlike facial image, but it's trying to say it has a CNN vibe to it, which I don't really think it is. I don't see the CNN in it. I don't. I mean, I guess the CNN part of it is coming from, oh, this isn't it doesn't have the usual. It doesn't have a few of these shonen archetypes that people most complain about, but that's not it. That doesn't quantify it. But yeah, I don't get the. I can't find any backing up for Osama Rankings. Like I'm not crazy about Komi San's anime wise too. Unlike most people are, but I can still enjoy it more, at least than the former. A 1980s cartoon, I would say. Yeah, it kind of has like that. It's a little, you know, there are some parts where it's different, like, you know, the borderlines are kind of like a little, what do you say, kind of fuzzier. Intentionally fuzzier. The designs are kind of something literally like out of like some of like a kid's drawing or something. Okay, that's not right. There's times when the animation looks good in some of the action parts. Like, don't be wrong, it's well animated. That's why people praise about it. And that's funny because everyone is talking about, oh, the Taco B is just over because of the animation, herder, and they talk about, oh, this thing is so well animated, it's why, and they try to come up with other stuff with it. I mean, it depends on preference though. In the end, I'm not gonna hold against it. Other than that, the season has a lot of anime with CGI from some strange reasons. Yeah, I agree, but I think it's used in a way. There are anime that are used in a way where they actually use it cleverly. Like Selection Project's CGI performances, for idol CGI performances, for example, they're actually done very well. I mean, the CG isn't the most pleasant thing in the world, but it still works. I mean, it doesn't feel as jarring as as previous idol CGI idol performances I've seen in the past. Or like, it doesn't feel. It's not like fucking Tesla Note where it can decide. It couldn't decide between whether it wants to be 2D or whether it wants to be 3D. Tries to jam in both, and it looks like a fucking mess. That's not how shit works, right? And when they try to mesh it in, like the 2D and 3D themselves, by themselves, are not good. Just look god awful. Like, I don't know if these guys even took the time to really, like, I don't even know what they're doing over there in the place where they're making Tesla. No, are they just be like, how do they when stuff like Tesla No is made? I have to really consider, like, what kind of mindset was put in to think, oh, this is a good idea to make this and this and that. I really just feel like coming up right to the person. I'm just like, what drove this incentive to make this crap? like I have to ask, like I would, like if I could, I would ask them straight up, why? Why, fam? Why do you do that? And some, we'll never know. And I think we'll, and for some, I think we'll never know. I don't know if anyone from the X-Arm, from the studio that did X-Arm ever, stepped up and said anything about it. I don't know if, like, Nick, if you find out if they said anything about it, I mean, do let me know. I just don't remember if they did. I would have liked to know if they said anything. Because, oh my god. Like, I didn't last half an episode into X-Arm, and I knew it was just gonna be bad. I didn't last 6 minutes into Tesla Note. I'm literally going back to one anime, just a few anime that is watchable. Oh, what are you watching from this season, by the way, TR? To me, Mushoku Tensei and 86 are the beasts of the seasons for me, personally. Lupin is kind of there, but it has some production value issues that kind of hold it back for me, hence why it's not a regularly scheduled reaction. And Takobi is okay. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's there. It's enjoyable, but it's just kind of in the middle ground for me. Like, it's enjoyable. It's interesting. It's not bad. It's just like not as great as I would hoped it to be. Well, this one, it's mixed. It's a mixed bag. I feel like I might give it a 4. At some honest, this is between a 4 and a 5. Honestly, like, no offense. Yeah, those two are the best so far. Like, yeah, I mean, those Mushoku Tensei and 86 are like the new standard for light novel adaptations. If only it was, in a perfect world, like the people, like light novel, the light novel adaptation should aim to be at least close to where they are. Cause what they do with their story, they're not perfect by any means. What they do with their source material and how they are able to elevate it and make it enjoyable is just phenomenal. Jujutsu Kaisen is a manga adaptation. It's a shonen, but yeah, it's one of those few shows that elevate the source material for me, because it just makes the shit a lot cooler with the choreography that you see there, and then you look at the still frames in the manga, they make sense. It just looks a lot better. Like, I remember this one arc I wasn't really feeling in Jujutsu Kaisen, and then they just animated. I think it was the death paint. I think it was the death painting arc, and they animate the hell out of it. I'm just like, wow. Regardless of how the circumstances of which they produced it, it was amazing. Oh, we don't talk about oh no, Theo. I didn't mention Platinum Men. We don't talk about Platinum Men. We don't talk about that shit. Don't we shall not speak. We shall not speak of this. We shall not speak of Death Note's successor. Which turns out, we shall not speak of that. Tak, Komi, A6, MT, and Assassins. Yeah, nice. That's actually a nice lineup there. You got Nick. But yeah, I 2 episodes through. I'm not sure how to feel. It's might be like around 4 or 5 mid ground, and just gotta see what's gonna go on from there. So I did mention I'm going to maybe check out the Lupin episode that dropped, cause the Lupin's always been the newer series of Lupin's always been entertaining as hell. But what put me off in the first episode was the CG cars. Like, those were there. Oh, you liked Faraway Paladin? Oh, that's nice. I Unfortunately, I gave up on trying to react to Paladin. I'll still watch it, but here's the problem I have with Paladin. It From what I've read so far, manga, I only touched the first volume of the first volume of the light novel. It plays too much of the safe route. It plays too much of the safe route. So not enough stuff is interesting. Like it's probably not like just awful, god awful, but it's disappointing because it lacks the amount of the amount of intrigue that a series like Mushoku Tensei has, or something like the sense of intense handling of drama, character drama that Re:Zero has, for better or worse. It doesn't try to break a formula, in my opinion. It has a unique premise, but it doesn't seem to, run away with it. Unfortunately, episode 3 flops for me. And then I check out spoilers and it looks like it gets worse. It doesn't look like the world building improves. Oh no, it doesn't. I know Nick might not like it, but it doesn't improve. I don't. From what I recall, it doesn't improve. At least from what I saw in the manga. Like, I don't know what goes on from volume 2 and onwards yet. I've yet to touch that. But yeah, Faraway Paladin's problem is that it doesn't seem to break away from the formula, which is why I feel like the writer, why the author had writer's block and stopped at some point. It's nice to see the author being active on Twitter though, and being encouraging of like Mushoku Tensei, because it was an inspiration. But I just hope the author can get out of this writer's block, become more creative, and try not to stick to a status quo. Make it more interesting. Like the funny thing is when people usually start complaining about stuff that just goes too much off the beaten path, yet they still complain about the generic ones too, as well. So it's still just a matter. So to me, it's just a matter of is the execution handled well? What other things? Jakara's kind of boring, nothing memorable. Maybe Blood's the most memorable thing. Yeah, Blood is okay, guy. I like that. That's like that skeleton dude. He's alright. This is Monkey, by the way. Oh, what's up, man? What's up, man? So kind of nice to see you on there. I didn't notice it was you there. Yeah, Faraway Paladin is a disappointment. As much as other guys kind of, I know Chibi, praises it a lot, but it's not. But it's cool and all. But but you're someone like me who's seen the best of the worst. You just gotta have to remember that even like it's not as hyped as I think it would be. The worst part is that apparently the studio isn't a very renowned studio. The studio then has a subcontract with another studio, and then outsources some of the episodes to yet other unnamed studios. So it's just literally a show full of outsourcing. Apparently, yeah. I hate about Mushoku Tensei. That's what Mushoku is a pan with a Discord, and he apparently hates it. He gave it a 3 or something. You know what? He can do whatever he wants with it. I just don't want him having some ridiculously unfounded reasoning for it. Like say like, oh, it's bad because it's a power fantasy, and oh, because the character guy doesn't develop and all. Yeah, he's developing. Just say you don't like him. I mean, yeah, for better or worse, that's how chibi works. I don't have anything against him. I actually do like him. Oh, I don't always agree with his takes, and that's fine. I don't think he's a bad dude. I do, well, I do shake my head. I do have an SMH moment when he's praising the hell out of My Hero Academia, which is literally like, in terms of writing, it's in bankruptcy. Like, cause they just literally came up with another busted ass character who is apparently the American version of All Might. If anyone's read that latest chapter, that yeah. You know what I'm talking about. Oh wait, the 8th Son? That was the one that did it? Hold up, let me check this. I gotta see if you're right. Hold the fuck up. Studios Playground Entertainment, yeah, that's the one. Oh no, but oh dear. Yeah, this is not a really good studio. That's not a good look for the studio, man. My Hero, like, I don't want to talk about My Hero anymore. I don't. I really don't. It's so. I hate it because people are just praising the hell out of it. I hear this shit on Twitter. This is the same thing for Attack on Titan. And I'm just like, oh, shut up. I love y'all, but shut up, please. Okay, that's good. At least he admits Iruma-kun's better than My Hero Academia. That's good. We have find some redemption there. There's no way the villains. It's like there's no way the villains can lose. But then remember the spoilers in chapter 1. Like, My Hero Academia, I don't know what it wants to do anymore. This whole thing, the whole concept with heroes, just been handled in just very, very questionable ways. Like, who gives this Miss Captain America this fucking busted ass ability where she literally just makes a rule. Yes, it has restrictions, but it's still busted. There's this thing with the quirks where I just don't get. I just don't get it. Like, if it's something where it's a power, some sort of energy like chakra, nen, cursed energy or something, that would have the thing make sense to where something is channeled like that, then I would get it. But she just sets a rule: if this and this and then that, and then this and this and that happens. Like Shigaraki, if Shigaraki even moves or breathes or takes a step, he dies. Something like that. And Shigaraki somehow breaks out of it because he's connected to All Might, who of course has that thing to make him his vessel. And of course, plot devices are just, of course, gonna make Shigaraki break through. But like she is just made at this point. I feel like this Miss Captain America is just made to just be like is just made purely to be a hurdle for Shigaraki at this point. That's what I'm feeling right now. That's what I don't like about that latest chapter. Yeah, Iruma is a solid show. There's nothing particularly amazing about, like utterly amazing about it. It's just hella entertaining. It's just so hella entertaining, and I'm not saying it's the best thing in the world, but it's better than most of the stuff we have right now. I will say that. And this is coming from me, who, like, I wasn't really too sold on Iruma's comedy early on, but it took me a while. Like, I kind of got into it a little bit more. Like, I wasn't, and like the latest season had some really, really fun moments. Although I kind of really need to think about it a little bit more, like what score do I really want to give it. Bro, this other show is so horrible with the red monkey. I don't even know his name. I think I just showed it. I just showed it. It was in. It was the one. It was this from the same studio that's doing Fireway Paladin. I think what was the name? This one, Shikai no Min Shiranai. It's basically called the Fruits of Evolution. This one. Okay, so it's both Field and Playground. Why is Field doing this? Anyways, I dropped it on the first episode. That's why I almost forgot about it. But I hate the fact you said Red Monkey. I'm like, wait a minute. Yeah, that's Fruits of Evolution. I don't want to talk about that one either. It's so cringe. I don't want to remember it. Oh my god. That first episode with that perverted ass red monkey just so fucking so cringe. I couldn't stand more than one episode of that. I was just clenching my head, really wanting to pull out my hair. And I'm just literally just screaming inside, why? I'm not watching that last episode. Fuck no. Fuck no. No, please no. I'm not risking it for the biscuit right now. Like, I'll see screenshots and that's about it. Oh man. If it's Fruits of Evolution, I like it, but it's not great. And yeah, I mean, if it can roll for anyone's boat, but for me, like, if it can make some people laugh, like, that's fine. Like, I won't hold it against you if you do enjoy it. But for me, it's not there. It's just like the moment I see this preferred man, I'm like, I'm done. I'm out. I'm out. I can't deal with that. I can't deal with that thing. And the fact that apparently the monkey is around for like one more episode is the worst part. But yeah, that show was just something. But Komi San, I don't know how to feel about Komi San yet. I think it's very enjoyable. I just don't know how to feel about everything else. Like I still have respect for, you know, the directing and all. Like I'm not just gonna be an ass about it yet. Oh, the Senpai show. Oh yeah, the Senpai show was really fun. I unfortunately didn't have this on my regular schedule. It's just something I felt like I would be able to enjoy it at my own time, at least. But yeah. Yeah, the Blue Period's and adaptation is so ass. It's so dead in the water. The only thing good about it at this point is the opening. The opening at least, you know, slaps. But that's just the opening. Like I will praise the hell out of it. I will add the opening, the value of the opening if the content of the series itself is good. So Monkey, you did talk about Ansatsu Kyosutsu. I found it so so standard. Like I don't have much value for it. I think I have it I don't have it at a really high. I have it at a pretty low score. I decided not to give it a 1 though. Because I thought that like, yeah, that's too mean. Like it has some entertaining points, but I don't like. I know where it's ripping off from Mushoku Tensei at certain areas though. I don't think it's totally worthless, but it's basic level. It's not like the setup is kind of unique in a way, but then when you realize this guy is raised to be the perfect protagonist, all of a sudden his ability to develop is just cut right there. There's no room for him to develop. He just stays. A character like him usually stays the same, but you know, for the rest of the series. and that's already a downside that Isekai Assassin has. That because the protagonist is of course not gonna get it. He's gonna still be able to get mac on all these chicks. He's already gonna. I know for sure. He's gonna take those 3 girls that are featured in the opening as his wives. I sure know, and I don't think he's gonna really earn. And I'm not gonna feel like he's earned them. That's the I want a flawed character. I want a flawed character. Perfect characters are kind of fun for the parody moments, like with Anos and all. But in terms of the value I would have in characters, I don't really hold them up there. So like, this is why I like Madoka Magica. I like Fate Zero. I like Psycho-Pass. I like Valor. I like because a lot of shows I like have flawed characters where their development is something I can feel for and feel like it's very well executed, or I find it's relatable or believable. Like I don't have don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to hate on these perfect characters, but like I said, these sort of perfect characters where, okay, that's a bad thing. Like where these characters are like already just overpowered. Like everything about them is just like they have. It's like Tatsuya from Mahoka. Who is it? Kind of the guy in just like a smartphone. There's a bunch of dudes who just don't have a personality that feels like they'll develop, naturally. Like when I saw a spoiler of Stang claiming she loves World, I was like, what the fuck? I'm trying to watch right now. I'm trying to watch oh my god, oh, you watching that show? That's nice. That's kind of a dated romantic comedy classic, if anything. It's a nostalgic one for sure. Alright. So I know I've talked a long time. If you guys are okay, I could try to get a Lupin reaction started. I kind of want to try to do this to, to cap off the night. Not trying to extend it too long. Because I'll be almost streaming because afterwards I'll be streaming for like over 1 hour. And all. But yeah, I guess oh shit. So I'm on so this is gonna be episode 2 because the first episode was basically a 0, and I didn't react to that. It was basically celebrating the previous voice actor of Jigen, because he was about to retire. But he did a really good job of voicing Jigen, and now episode 1 previously had introduced a new voice actor, who voiced the writer from Fate Zero, Dornkel from Vinland Saga. That's my guy, and Blackjack. Then oh, Kimi no Kanata? Is that the one you're talking about? If that's the one, I wanted to forget about. I actually almost forgot about that one, even though I just watched it the other day. And yeah, that was not good. Like I don't want to. If that's the one you're talking about, then yeah, I'm not gonna talk. I don't think this is that one. I don't want to really discuss that, because that's a series. Like I just watched it. I'm just like, did I get anything out of it? Yeah, they did their celebration for Jigen, and there's Jigen's VA's retirement and all. That's why they kind of hold it there. It was a nice kind of it was a nice it was nice homage. It really is. Anyways, I guess we can get this bond thing started. Hold on. Did I get the subs for this? Yes. So yes, to cap off the night, a little extra, I guess. I'm not gonna label. I'll just add a little later that there's a Lupin extra. So yeah, part 6, episode 2, starting in 3, 2, 1. Let's jam. Oh, da-da-da. It's just such a nostalgic to have this playing. It never gets old. Like Lupin the Lupin should never change. Just stay Lupin, man. I wish they didn't do too many of these CG cars though. It's so annoying. Oh no! I see he's wearing the green jacket. Oh yeah, the last episode, there was a flashback like, oh Watson, I've seen you grow. Lupin said it to that little kid little kid they was holding. Nobody is always. It's a classic, Nick. It's always been like that ever since the first time it existed. It's just been. It's just his trend. It's just has evolved with different forms. Damn, crack the crack the wall just like that. Oh, they can. Yeah, they can presume. So part 6 is basically Holmes versus Lupin. Remember they usually had like a Conan versus Lupin sort of crossovers a few times. Mm. Oh, Lupin. You think Ash has the Peter Pan syndrome? Nah, Ash Ketchum has a Peter. Oh, I can never grow up. Lupin, like, yeah, buddy. Got it. Maybe there's a sign in the. Okay. Mm-hmm. Gosh, how many black birds are we gonna have this season? That would be difficult. The history is that Holmes is a tenacious detective, even if he's unconventional. Yes, he's got look at Lacquerous Pit. Hmm. The third. That's a good point. Oh, so just petty jobs. So much for living up to the name. All he's just doing is like these little these little problem solving here and there. Watson. Oh, okay, so that's the is okay. So is Watson has to do anything with Lily? Because it says something about 10 years ago that something happened and she got so traumatized she lost memories of it, and then seeing Lupin again is triggering her regaining them. And I think Lupin was there, or may have been inadvertently there. I don't know. Something will come up. Hmm. Watson. Okay, Watson. Watson's definitely her dad. Or is it? I don't. I don't see it being Lupin because Lupin, his main of his main he always aims to not try to kill anyone unless if it's absolutely necessary. Jeez, just watch out. He's gonna have hot tea all over that all over that suit. As usual. But we just wait until he makes a move as usual. Because he's not gonna stay low for long. Mm-hmm. Work together. Yeah. Yeah. Lupin almost never kills anyone unless if it's absolutely necessary to get out of shit. Get out of shit. Like Lupin's not morally gray. Let's get that. Let's get that out of the way. But it's not like he's against the need to kill when you really requires it. I like the intermission keys too. I just love how she has the camera just the camera the camera looks just hooked up to her little laptop. Yeah. You got this easier experience. Glitter dust. So what do we do? On God. Gorma's biting time, I think. Oh. Wow. He's blocking him with it. He's not letting him draw by just the tip of the fucking step. Oh, wow. Judo throw. Wow. There's no way. Okay, Holmes does no. You know, this Holmes don't push over, right? Let's get that out of the way. That's convenient. Pocket sand. Yeah. She always has something jam put them in those yams. Yeah, you hot stuff. This guy has a whole problem. Like even if he was doing these little jobs here and there, he's no pushover. There's a reason why he's Holmes the Third. That's why Lupin is so wary of him. Lupin's definitely involved in the last time he did a big case. Damn. Holmes think pretty sure Holmes thinks Lupin killed his partner. Or had an involvement with it. Oh, he had the time, so he gave him the time so he'd be able to pull out his pistol, so he'll be at the at you know at equal gunpoint. Notice how he's trying to be justice, but he's being in the shadows while Lupin is kind of being highlighted by the sunlight. Even though he's accused as if he's a villain. That's kind of a nice little touch there. What they're doing in this part. Whenever they do this sort of stuff, it's a nice touch for the scene alone. Pulling off for now. Zenigun, this man will be chasing him forever. And until he catches Lupin, he will never age himself. Neither will Lupin's own pals. That little lighter is also a he comes up with every fucking thing. Like, there's no way you just literally be able to pull it out somewhere somehow. The bike designs are pretty cool too. I'm glad it didn't CGify the bikes, at least. Aw, don't need to show that. Oh, so that's the image she remembers. I'm pretty sure he didn't kill. I'm pretty sure it wasn't like that. Like, Lupin was probably racing to that scene, found Watson dead, was standing over there, and that's how Lily came up and saw him like that. And of course, it was just her not knowing what's actually happening, would probably figure Lupin was the killer, and so would Holmes. But I feel like something else was in play. Who was it? Does it have to do with the Faulkner dude? From previously. I like, there's nothing against Lupin standalone episodes. I remember like the old Lupins have these one-off little cases where it's so episodic length, like just movie length at best. But I personally like it better when they have a little overlying sort of plot going on, like with part 4, part 5, and then what it seems so far with part 6. That's why I kind of like it the most. Yeah, Lupin. I think I saw I think I may have seen an episode where he was able to use a fucking cigarette, and use it as a little grenade. Not like he put some stuff and made it a grenade. It's more like he was able to utilize it in a way where it acted as such. Like, it was really fucking crazy. Is it the boy? That's the boy, the voice actor. Faulkner is not ain't dead. He has to be. This guy has to be behind it. This guy has to be behind what happened 10 years ago. Adventure among the bogus transcontinental railroad. Oh no, they took the wrong one. Lupin's fun as ever. Here's my thing though. The thing I do have a nitpick with, but it's only one nitpick, and it unfortunately does kind of get in the way. The CG cars, they are kind of off-putting. They feel it because, like, I remember how when like almost all the car chase scenes from parts 4 and 5, they were all 2D animated so well, to where it's just like it has a better sense of transmitting that sort of funky, crazy, bombastic feel of Lupin that you usually see in the classics, just amped up to another degree. And it's sad that it's kind of turned out like that, but that's kind of the only thing holding it back so far, is that the production value is a little constricted. But the character, the overall designs and still some of the animation is still great. I'm just if I'm going to worry about anything else significant, it's gonna be how they utilize the characters. Will our recurring ones stay as they are. Like, you know, don't act out of character. Like, don't do stuff you don't do shit you don't normally do just for no fucking reason whatsoever. Because in some of the older OVAs, Lupin and some of the recurring characters, they do some stuff that just kind of just don't make sense, and that's what made those kind of weak. And that does come with trying to milk the series. But Lupin, I feel like, is a series that is milked in a good way, because like there's still so many things you can try to create from it, and, you know, try to make it more entertaining as, you know, even then, and still like have this intrigue, like, oh, it doesn't feel like it's so old and redundant. You feel like there's something new, you know, each time with each installment. And with modern anime standards, it's still able to keep up for the time being. At least the cars aren't bad from the sheep from Overlord levels of bad 3C CGI. Yeah, we get yeah. No, don't worry. It's not that level of bad. It's not like that level of bad. Don't get me wrong. It's just disappointing when you consider the standards of Lupin in general. But yeah, this is gonna be another one of those. I don't think there's any sort of a deep analysis unless I like just like the part where, you know, the detective Holmes is, you know, on the bottom, but he's being shadowed and he's saying like he's doing this for some justice sakes, while Lupin is, you know, is looked at as if he's like a villain, but but there's like sunlight on him and he's like above. So even though like above is where usually a villain would stand, and, you know, like, and then like the hero would usually be opposing it, and then it would just be from a lower level, and, you know, that's kind of how the clash would look like. But yeah, because Lupin is, of course, we know he's not a villain. He's like, but he's not someone where you can call the standard hero. He's just doing it for, you know, he kind of does it for the thrills and whatever but he's not someone who, he's sort of like a Robin Hood, but kind of also not. It kind of reminds me of Kaito the Kid in a way, but a lot more zanier, a lot more interesting in a way. And that's what I love about him more than anything from Conan and Kaito Kid. No offense. It's great. It's great with how Lupin has aged over the years. You know, and it's funny because I didn't like the classics much back then, because it was just kind of feel like the same thing. Like, it was still entertaining, but it was kind of like the same things over and over. And it's kind of just hard to get into it with episodic formats, even as fun as they can be. But with this one, it's a lot more fun when you're like, oh, we can get overlaying plot. How are they gonna find out? Things are more fleshed out. Things will get a lot more, you know. Things get a lot more like, oh, we don't know what's gonna pull in next, and like we have to try to figure out what happened from the previous episode to try to tie in what the fuck happened with that episode. It's not like where one episode done, that's it. We don't need to worry about this one. We can just move on to the next one. Yeah, he doesn't do anything for fame, the money. Like, yeah, he makes some money out of it, so we can just travel around and get some luxuries, have some fun here and there, but not much more than that. Like, I don't think there's a point where Lupin has ever settled down. He has never had like a permanent residence at all. Maybe he has had in the past, but not now. Not like it matters because he's not aged all these years. But yeah, it's gonna be like this is gonna be one thing to break down. Like, we know Lupin probably didn't kill Watson back then. We want to know the whole full story. We know that guy, you know, the guy with the Kaiba voice is up to something. The Nanami voice is up to something. He's probably behind this, but what exactly happened back then? 2 years, and like why it contributes to Holmes. What kind of reputation did Holmes have back then? Is Holmes like, is there any deeper thing with Holmes? Like, because I've yet to see, his history with Watson. The history they've had. It's gonna, it's fun to see how the things work out. I mean, it's not like, it's still just like another great, another one of these fun tales of Lupin. And the man's gonna do his thing when it comes down to it. Will he have to kill somebody by the end of this one? We don't know. Probably not. Zenian's gonna do his thing, of course. Being a little annoying guy trying to chase down Lupin's ass whenever he can. But he can help out. He can help out with Lupin at times. He's done that in the past. And when he does, it's just kind of on a whim. Like, I like when these characters just try making up stuff on a whim. Like, there's no way I can be able to do shit like a normal person to be able to do shit like that. But this is the fun of Lupin. you kind of have you need a suspense of disbelief, especially with the chase scenes. And once you can get a good enough sense of it, you'll enjoy it more. Like, if you do have problems with it, it'll be more of more of like the deeper fundamentals, like I mentioned before. Will the characters act out? Is the plot just a little too convoluted, or is there something particularly wrong with how they did this and this and that? No, in terms of the big stuff, like make a convoluted ass villain or something. I don't think this is gonna run into one of those problems. I don't think this is gonna be my favorite Lupin. My favorite one is still part 5, but part 6 I hope can live up. It's still gonna be solid. I don't think it's gonna be way up there though, but still solid at least. I do not know how regularly I'm gonna be doing reactions to this though, but I'll try to do them whenever I can. Whenever it takes. Yeah, he's probably gonna do it if he is going to have to kill somebody. Whether he does need to pull, whether he does pull the trigger or not. Or if it hits the target, it'll be at the end of it for sure. All right, but that's gonna be it. That's gonna be it for the stream. Of course, I'm gonna edit this video, edit the description of this video, like, oh, there's a Lupin extra reaction at some point. So yeah, thanks. That's gonna be it for the Komi San reaction and the Lupin reaction for tonight. So smash the like button, let me know what you think in the comments below, follow me on other social media platforms that I use. You can also join my Discord server, you can also support me on Patreon. But that's going to do it for this edition of Anime Live Stream Reactions. This is Station signing off, guys. See you next time. Take care.